How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Tuesday, July the 1st, 2025. Is your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. Want to thank all you good folk out there in YouTube land for continuing to rock out with my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, I'm back with another video. And in this video, it brought back so many memories of when I was in the military and what have you. And I must say that when I was in the military, there were females, in the military that served alongside me. There were females who lived in the same barracks as the men did. But with this caveat, one wing of the barracks were just for the women and the rest were for the men. Now, I'm not gonna sit up and say that a dude couldn't just walk to the other end of the bears and go to one of the females' room and clap them cheeks, blow that bike out, because a lot of that was going on. But I tell you, family, in today's military, man, the way the women are dressing, the way that they are behaving, man, it's like there is no discipline. So, family, I'm gonna go on ahead and we gonna check out this video. I'm gonna let y'all see exactly what I'm talking about.
Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me.
On today's fit for the day, I wanted to do something by wearing this tan shirt.
Our females in the military, of course, our following on Instagram is going to go up just by going to work.
Some sketchy shit. Doo-da, doo-da. Hope I get away with
Whoa.
it. Oh, doo-da day.
Pretty early in the morning here, but what's going on TikTok? Active duty military members. I don't know these women existed. Long ago when I was in, we're going to take a gander. This is a little palate cleanser, we can call it, with this young corporal in the Marine Corps.
Ask you a question. What do you do when you're like on your period, but like on a mission or something?
Hey.
Rob the jewelry store, tell him make me a grip.
JK.
All right, before we get to this, guy, to throw it in. Some hunting around for something to entertain you. Thanks for being a subscriber. Saw this young specialist. Odd statement. We'll get back to more of the hotties. Hold on.
COs and officers, where on my chest does this say you get to use very terrible, unprofessional language, disrespect?
That would be when you sign up, son. Did you miss that in the fine print? That guy. We'll get to more of that. Young drill instructor here. Strange to me as an old guy. I don't
Sir, can't think.
like it. Let's keep going. Wow. All right. Dump truck. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. What's the goal here? Is it OF career? What are we trying to do?
Family, this is disturbing. This is very disturbing. And it seems to me like every one of these young female soldiers, their uniform is so tight. In fact, the tighter the better. And it also appears that these young ladies are they going to work in thirst trapping. That's right, I said it. They going to work with the ass all snug in them BDUs. The shirt the BDU top is all tight. The t-shirt is all tight and snug on those breasts. Now, family, you might sit and say, "Hey, man, we kind of making light of the situation." But family, let's think about it for just 1 second. What happens if we wind up in combat, right? And I know everybody gonna say, "Well, we don't fight wars like we used to. We don't, our wars are not conventional. It's not like you're gonna have, men on the front line and they gonna be charging the enemy and what have you and trying to flank the enemy and doing all these different formations and tactics. Those days are gone because we use drones now. That's right. We use drones and we bomb people to smithereens. I get it. I know times have changed. But I must say that even though times have changed, even though warfare is not conventional as it used to be, I still say there must be some type of discipline and some type of decorum. Because here's the thing: you find yourself in a war, and let's hypothetically say that the drone strikes don't work. They miss. Let's just hypothetically say that some kind of way this young lady right here find herself in combat. And I don't know what her job is. I don't know what she does, but at any given time, she might have to send some rounds down range. She might have to acquire a target and send a round down range while bullets whizzing past her head. Now, family, out of all these women y'all seen showing their little ass off, tight ass uniforms, do you really think that these women have going to combat and not just going to combat, but surviving combat? You think they got that on their mind? I don't think so. It looked to me like they either trying to have them a military hot girl summer, or maybe they looking for they next baby daddy or future baby daddy, because a lot of that goes on too, family. These girls, they enlist in the military, and next thing you know, they pregnant, having a baby, and they getting out, right? But lo and behold, some get pregnant from another soldier. I done seen some of the soldiers get pregnant from civilian dudes. I've seen it every which way there is, family. But what I never saw was this type of behavior. I must say that the whole time that I served, I never saw this type of behavior. Now, I'm not gonna sit and say that when I was in the service that there were not certain women who were just, they just had nice little bodies, and you know, nobody, the BDUs have to fit to a certain degree. They can't be too big or too loose. So the uniform has to be functional. I get it. But man, what's going on now? Man, listen, these female soldiers got Instagram pages, they got Facebook pages. These soldiers have access to social media. And the sad part about it is this new style military, they want them to have a life. They want them to um um have a social media and a following. They want them to have that nowadays. They want them to get tattoos and whatnot. They want them to have freedom of expression. But the problem with freedom of expression is this: it usually breeds discontentment, and I'll tell you why. So when you had the brother that we saw, the specialist, saying that nobody got the right to use foul language towards him and what have you, just because somebody outranked him. And like the older gentleman that's narrating the video said, he said, "Man, you signed that right away when you enlisted." And I'm not gonna sit up and tell you that when I went through basic training and when I went through my military service, that people that no, I didn't get cursed out a little bit. And when I went on to become a supervisor in the military, I'm not gonna sit up and say that I never, cursed a little bit. But sometimes you have to do that to get people's attention, because asking nicely sometimes doesn't work. So you have to use profanity sometimes. That's just the way it is. Not gonna say that it's the most professional thing, but sometimes, depending on the situation, a off-brand curse word might be what is needed to get somebody to snap them back into what they need to do, especially if they're in combat, bullets are flying, and if a soldier don't follow orders, that's gonna cost other soldiers lives potentially. So for the young man to come on these YouTube streets and say what he ain't gonna put up with, man, you around here talking crazy and you talking tough. I would like to see you even think about doing something to the anybody who outrank you, which is pretty much everybody, damn near, from sergeant on above. I would like to see you say, do something. The first time you act crazy, act like you gonna put your hands on somebody, whatnot, they are not only going to bring um penalties against you via the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Oh yeah, they gonna prosecute your ass to the fullest extent of the military code of justice. You know, that's what they're gonna do. So my thing is, and then they gonna kick you out. You're gonna get a dishonorable discharge, and they probably gonna lock your ass up in a federal prison, probably Leavenworth, if you put your hands on somebody because you want to be a tough guy. Ain't nobody gonna use no profanity towards you. I get it. You know, there is a way to talk to people. We must have decorum, but at the same time, we must also understand when you sign your name on a dotted line, you have given your body to the government. You have. That's just what it is. Going to the military, you have signed your name on the dotted line and you belong to them. So, family, it just seems that with with these women and whatnot and dressing all crazy, it just seems that even the military the military armed forces, it seems that some kind of way that women have been able to have, to be able to continue to commit the same illicit behavior that they doing out here back on the block. These women acting like they back on the block. They don't act like they in the military. They act like they right back on the block, wearing tight clothes. Some of them probably selling poo nanny. Because that was, you know what, that goes on too. So, family, this country got problems, and that's why a lot of countries laugh at us because other countries, they see this. Other countries that not only our allies, but our foes, our enemies, they see this and they laugh at America. They laugh at us. So, at some point, we have to bring some sort of direction. We got to bring discipline back because I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to, be able to express yourself while serving in the United States armed forces, but you must still have some level of discipline. You are not back at home. You are not a civilian. You're just not. And you must have some level of discipline, decorum, a solid foundation. As a soldier, you must be able to follow orders. You must be able to, for lack of a better term, sometimes somehow you think outside the box. But this not thinking outside the box. This showing off your box. That's right, I said it. Y'all ain't thinking outside the box. Y'all showing off y'all box. And perhaps what y'all call thinking out the box is putting y'all little ass on display while in uniform in hopes of it getting you ahead in your military career. Because why else would you be doing it? You need to get ahead on your merit and not on your body. That's what it is, women. Women, y'all want to be respected. Y'all want to have the same career fields, the same salaries, the same education as men. Well, then guess what? Y'all got to start behaving yourselves. Just got to. So I'm not gonna sit up and say that there aren't male soldiers that don't have crazy ass social media pages because they do. And here's the thing, they out of bounds too. They out of line too. If the shoe fit, then that's what it is. But what y'all think, family? Y'all think it's okay for these women to come on these YouTube streets, especially these women that's soldiers, that's fighting for the country, that's supposed to protect you and me? They around here, basically thirst trapping, showing off ass and breasts. I don't know, family. It just doesn't look good. And it doesn't present an air of professionalism. It just doesn't. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.